Thank you. My name is Anthony Ryan, for the camera. And the title of my speech today is Dutty Wine. Dutty Wine. I have no idea what Dutty Wine means. It was actually the last song I was listening to on my iPod to get me pumped up for this. And, you know, actually, funny story about my iPod. I bought this thing about 5 years ago when I washed my old iPod in the washing machine. I think I was a junior in high school. And it sucked. My day sucked. It was just a couple bad weeks without an iPod. So I regrouped, got myself together, and I begged my dad for another one. And he got me one. So ever since then, this iPod has been around with me through, you know, these 5 years. Whether it just be here in campus or traveling. It's always with me everywhere I go. And that was actually until yesterday. Yesterday, I came to school and I totally forgot my iPod at home. And this only happens like once or twice a year. I mean, I always have my iPod. I always have my iPod with me. It's just like when, you know, people feel naked without their cell phone. I feel naked without my iPod because it sucks walking around campus without my music. It sucks doing homework without listening to my music, doing my homework to get my mind going. It sucks. You know, music is how I get through my day. And I really thought about it yesterday, just how important music is to me, and actually to society as a whole. So today I'm going to talk about my topic, which is the impact music has on society. Because music has really had a big impact on society. It's used to cope. You know, the slaves used it when trying to, you know, stuff they had to get through. And they sang, and that's where the blues came from, and it really helped them get through that stuff. It's used to change how we feel. You know, you're feeling bad, you start listening to music, and it makes you feel better. And it's helped to motivate, you know, when you're at the gym, you know, everyone has their earphones on, it's helping go that extra mile. So the points I'm going to talk about today are, 1, how music is a universal language, 2, how it's incorporated everywhere, and 3, which is my most important point, its biological effect it has on us. So to my first point, music as a universal language. I'm going to quote a little bit of Professor Dowd lecture on this. Written words were an important part of human history, and I think we all can agree with that. But I feel that written music is also a very important part of human history. The ability to write down sound and be able to play it. That is amazing to think about. That me as an English speaker can look at a sheet of paper that some French guy can look to, and we may not be able to talk to each other in the same language, but we can play the same music that's on that piece of paper, and it's amazing to think about. And it also can be looked at on a not a literal sense, but you know, I could be listening to some Justin Bieber, and some teenage chicks could be listening to Justin Bieber, and though we don't have a lot in common, there is a bridge that sort of brings us together because we enjoy the same type of music, and it's really cool to think about. Number 2, to my second point, music is incorporated everywhere. I mean, I'm getting a haircut the other day, and there's just crappy elevator music playing. I'm like, what the hell am I listening to? You know, I'm at the restaurant, you know, a couple days ago, and they're playing music, and it's used to relax you. You know, you feel relaxed while you're eating. We watch movies, and there's music. You cannot differentiate a soundtrack from a movie anymore. You really can't. The music makes the movie. There's no Star Wars without that soundtrack. There's no Lord of the Rings without that soundtrack. You can't watch a scary movie anymore without being scared without the music. It just doesn't happen. You ever try watching a scary movie on mute? It don't work. You need that music to eat at your emotions. You need that music to get you scared, to get you fired up. You ever been to a club without music? No, you haven't. Because there's no club without music. It just don't happen. It just don't happen. There's no club without music. You try to wind up on some chick and there's no music. It just looks like awkward sex. It don't happen. It just doesn't happen. Music is what makes these things. Music is what keeps the world going around. And to my third point, and my most important point, music actually has a biological effect on us. According to Discovery Channel and BigThink.com, we are chemically wired to respond to music, and it's true. While listening to music, it actually uses both hemispheres of our brain. You know, we hear that bodily functions are used from this side or this side, but listening to music uses both. And what this does is it helps problem solving and lateral thinking. And this is why it helps us study. When you study, you listen to music, it helps you do your homework and whatnot. And another thing is that it triggers the hippocampus in the brain, and what the hippocampus is what keeps the your old memories intact. And you know that feeling when you listen to an old song and all these old feelings come back? That's what's going on in your brain. And it's really, really cool to think about. So, music is really an unbelievable thing in the grander scheme of things. Someone actually once said, without music, life would be a mistake. And I have to agree with that, because without music, there's no toe tapping, there's no knee slapping, and there's certainly no duddy wine. Thank you.